Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in exciting times. Jesus Christ is about to return. I'm going to keep saying that because it is. That's why people need to start studying the signs of the times. Ladies and gentlemen, I got some articles here from the newspaper. It's just incredible. Like I have been saying, they're openly proclaiming world government. And at the time of this, I didn't know that much about the New World Order, the One World Government. It's the same thing. It's just a different name. I didn't know that much about it. I just heard a preacher talking about the G20 summit, G8 summit. They're the leading economies of the world. They get together and they discuss the current situation that's going on in the world, like the economic turmoil, the crisis, the collapse. How they're going to come up and solve the problem. Well, in one of their meetings in London, England, this was in London, England, ladies and gentlemen. This was on the news and everything. That's what I'm saying. This is no longer secretive. This is happening right now. This was way back then. I forget when it was, 2000 something. But they said, what did you come up with out of your meeting? They said, well, we don't plan to get rid of America's currency overnight. But yes, it's about time that we step towards a global currency. And then they started talking. Like I asked them, he said they vanishly voted for a one world regulator and a one world currency. And a one world currency. And then there was this other guy. Because the preacher I'm talking about. He was preaching about what the Bible tells us, that there's coming a cashless society. And at the end of his sermon, this individual came forward. This guy worked for a credit card company. He wouldn't mention the name of the company. He's like, I want to tell you, what you are saying is exactly what we're planning. To go complete cashless society, because it would be better for our business, it'd be better for our company, and so on. It's actually part of the agenda. And then on the news, we saw these bankers discussing it's about time that we dismember our currency as we know it and go towards a global currency. That just tells me that we are closer to this than most people realize. So I kept these articles that I'm about to show you. I didn't know nothing. I just knew a little bit about it. I knew the Bible said world government was coming. And the stuff that I've heard from other preachers. And it's literally amazing, ladies and gentlemen, where we stand today. Like I said, they're openly proclaiming it. Like, I want to show you this right here. I'm going to be showing you Stephen Harper. And I think he's shaking the hands with the Italian Prime Minister. And you see them all in the background. Nicholas Sarkozy's there, and all kinds of people are there. You see Obama is there talking with Stephen Harper. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this. It's in 2010. This was back in 2010. I just got it right here. This was in 2010. Check it out. Look at that. Stephen Harper. And then if you go look closer, that's Obama, the tall guy there. See that? That's why they're all getting together. They're getting ready, like I said, to create... because right now they already have an Asian Union, they have an African Union, and they have a European Union. So now what is underway is the North American Union. That's why they're destroying all borders. They're destroying all borders because the United Nations is calling for the end of nation states, the end of national governments. They want to create an all-powerful world government. These people no longer have a love for their country or for the love of their nation. These people have come to a realization that we have reached a global age and we are racing towards globalization. Okay, now I want to show you another thing. I got 3 more videos coming up after this I'm going to be talking about tracking and about Europe. Because Europe is telling the rest of the world what to do. That's where the world government is going to be. The United States is going to lose its superpower. Decline and fall of the United States. The dollar is going to collapse. And all the power is going to shift to Europe. And Europe is going to take over the world. Exactly as the Bible said. And isn't it amazing? The Bilderbergs are from Europe. They're called the Alliance. They're the ones that created, by the way, they created the European Union. And they did it. And now the European Union, the Council on Foreign Relations, they're all working right now on the North American Union. There's actually an article, ladies and gentlemen. This is for real. I'm not making this up. These are the facts. This is not just stuff that I'm talking off of my head. This is reality. This is the truth. They have it right in their paper. Building a North American community. Now, look at this. This is totally amazing. This was back in 2010 too. Look at this. Check this out. Look who that guy is. I don't know who the top guy is, but I know who the bottom guy is. This guy right here, that is Gordon Brown from he's the Prime Minister in Britain, British. And look at the money. Doesn't that make you think? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to. I don't know if I can zoom in on it. Wait. Just look at the $10. Look at... That looks like the money that we have today here in Canada. Plastic. It looks just like it. This was back in 2010. Gordon Brown is there. And I don't know who this other guy is. Tony Thomas? Because this is a French newspaper, but I know who this guy is. That guy's Gordon Brown. He's the one that says we are nothing shorter than the world constitution. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, a new world order is emerging. Like, it's no longer secret anymore, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, we are definitely living in exciting times. The Bible said clearly that there would be a world government when Jesus Christ returns at the end of the tribulation period to defeat the Antichrist and his armies at the Battle of Armageddon. But prior to that, we're going to be raptured up. We are going to return with Jesus Christ at the second coming. But this is just incredible. It's literally insane, ladies and gentlemen. They're openly proclaiming world government. We need to come up with something to protect the world. They'll be able to seize your private property. You know what the argument is behind it? We need to establish a world government, and the reason why we need to seize people's private property and their possessions is for this. We need to protect the environment. We all need to do it for the sake of the environment. Climate change. Isn't that funny? They changed it from global warming to climate change. Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. That guy, Al Gore, that said global warming is a threat. The only way we can protect the world is if we establish a world government. Tell me, what is a world government going to do? How can a world government stop the sun? It can't. It's a lie. It's a hoax. It shows it in the past that the temperature goes up and down. Up and down. Things go back to normal. And if you ask any scientist that is a professional, because I can send you guys videos if you want by Grant Jeffrey, they show it, that global warming is scientifically a hoax. It's a lie. They put this fear upon the people, so the people go into submission. There's no such thing. And anybody that knows the Bible, anybody, God said that He will no longer destroy the world by water, by a flood. Saying that, oh, if we don't do anything, how are these people going to change the sun? They can't. Who do they think they are? God? They can't change nothing. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But it's not going to happen. I'm giving you my word. The reason why I can say this to you guys is because I know God. I know Him personally. It's not going to happen. There's no such thing as global warming. Because if that was the case, because they were showing that New York City is going to be underwater, other countries are going to be underwater, and blah, 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 blah. This is a big lie. The world will be destroyed by fire. That's what God's word says in Peter. He's going to purify the world. He's going to create a new heaven and a new earth and a new Jerusalem. So, like I was saying, they can seize you, seize your private property. They're going to say, this is all for the environment. But it's not. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the game is control. They're establishing a world government. Bush mentioned it. Back in 1991, September 11th, a new partnership of nationships has begun. A new world order. There's a new world coming into view. And it won't be the law of the jungle, but it will be the law of law. And when we're successful, and we will be, it's a big idea. A new world order with the incredible United Nations. A new world order can emerge. And it goes on. It goes on, ladies and gentlemen. There's no end. Like I said, Gordon Brown, we're nothing shorter than a world constitution. A new world order is emerging. Then another guy said we'll do it through global governance. Stephen Harper even said it here in Canada. It's no longer secretive anymore. Like I said to Canadians before, I'm going to say it again. It's no longer called a Canadian economy. It's called a global economy. A global economy. I know many people don't like the idea because it's away with their national sovereignty, but this is a simple reality. He's saying it clearly. Stephen Harper has thrown out Canadians' sovereignty out the window and is giving it to for globalism. All countries are joining this one world government, because that's why they're calling for the end of nation states. Because even Obama, in his own speech in Berlin, what was it, 2008 or something, he said, we can no longer afford to be divided. We must tie global citizenship together. Nations that are weak or strong, we must cooperate with one another. No matter if they're weak or strong, we must come together. We don't have a choice. It's the one way. It's the only way. Leadership in Washington will not remove this burden off of us. We all stand as one in this bright new world. For our nation and for all nations. All nations. It's like Bush said, Senior Bush. A new partnership of nationships has begun. Partnership of nations. We're all going to come into one world nation, an all-powerful world government, one body. And history has shown that before they went into dictatorship, they confiscated the firearms of their own people. And with all the surveillance, monitoring, tracking people, you see these type of things in totalitarian regimes, totalitarian countries. Total control. And this is what's happening here. Stephen Harper is monitoring Canadians now through their political views on the net. What is it up to him? Does it change anything in his life? Why does he want to monitor us? That's against the Constitution. Because I have the Canadian Constitution here that says you can think whatever you want to think. But yet he's going against the Canadian Constitution. He has the Bill C-30 where they can surveil you through electronically, through the internet to surveil you. They can pull out your emails and read them. They know your phone, which they already do. They already know your phone number. Like there's an organization in Echelon. They've divided the world up. They're absolutely listening to everything. Every email, every fax, you name it. I'm going to get onto this on the next message. So this is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are. What the Bible prophesied so many years ago, it is upon us. So that's what I want to say. All nations are joining this one world government. That's why they're going to unite all the nations. We have a World Court. We have a World Bank. We have a World Trade Organization. We have the World Health Organization. The International Monetary Fund. The Federal Reserve. All these organizations are calling for a world government. The Bilderbergs. The Council on Foreign Relations. The Illuminati. The Trial Commission. The Club of Rome. The United Nations, and the New Age movement, so many others. So many others, ladies and gentlemen. Even Lady Gaga said a new race for humanity is about to be born. We're all going to come together and unite in unity. Get in nice harmony with one another. Create a one-world religion or one-world government. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I wanted to say. So I want to make the other video now. So God bless you, and share this video with your friends and your family. God bless you all.